How to Conduct a File Review, brought to you by the Glide Training Team. Glide's file review tool streamlines transaction management by displaying all checklist items and attached files in a single dashboard. In this video, we'll discuss how to conduct a file review using Glide. Brokers can quickly review documents, send requests for changes or updates with comments, set approval statuses, track tasks, and manage document changes all in one place. When conducting a file review, you can change the status of checklist items to denote what action is needed or what the status is. The default status options are accept or reject. If you upgrade to Glide Pro, you can set your own custom statuses as well. This helps to give your team more information and guidance as they work towards completing the review. To create a custom status, hover over your initials in the top right corner, choose Administration, and then choose Settings. Choose Add Custom State to create a custom status. Click on the black box to change the label color. Then enter the label. When you are finished, click out of the text box to save. If you'd like to delete a custom status, click the red trash can next to it. To complete a file review, navigate to your home page and click on File Review on the left-hand side. In your File Review dashboard, you will see all brokerage transactions that have a checklist attached. If you'd like to filter by file reviewer, type, status, agent, or office or team, click on the Filter button. Otherwise, scroll down and locate the file you'd like to review and choose the Start Review button to the right. To help you work efficiently, the file review page displays a lot of information. The left panel shows the checklist for the selected transaction, where you can see the status of each item. In the middle of the page, you will see the document tied to the checklist item. On the right, you can see additional information about the transaction. Click on a checklist item on the left to view the attached forms. If there are multiple documents within a checklist item, click on an attached document or image to make it appear in the middle of your screen. After reviewing files to make sure they meet your brokerage's standards, change the status of that item so you know you've already looked at it. It's important to note that when you are reviewing a checklist item with multiple files attached, you do not set the status for individual documents. You set the status for the checklist item as a whole. Checklists are designed to apply in general circumstances, but sometimes a checklist item may not apply to a unique transaction. For situations like this, you can change the applicability status of a checklist from required to if applicable or exempt. Ready for review appears if a checklist item has a file attached to it. If a checklist item is required, but the agent has not yet attached a document, you will see required to let you know it has not yet been uploaded. Once you have reviewed all of your checklist items, click the Finish Review button in the top right corner. You have a few options from here. If there are unfinished tasks, you can stop and return later by clicking the Finish Review button in the top right corner and then choosing Close in the top left corner. This will change the status to Review in Progress on your file review dashboard. You can also request changes from the agent if additional work is needed on the file before you can mark it as complete. To send the review back to the primary agent and request changes, click the Finish Review button and enter an optional message in the field. Click the Send Feedback button to complete. Agents on the transaction will see the comments and the file review remains open. Once you mark the status of all checklist items as accept or exempted, click the Send Feedback button and select Mark as Done in the drop-down menu. Click OK in the confirmation pop-up window. The file review status on the checklist page is outstanding until you change it to Fully Approve. You can undo all the changes you make during the current file review session. Click Finish Review, and then click the ellipsis on the Send Feedback button. Then select Revert All Changes. Click OK in the confirmation pop-up window. After you click the Mark as Done or the Send Feedback button, you have 3 options. Back to Pipeline will take you back to the file review pipeline. Return to Transaction will take you to the checklist page of the current transaction. And Go to Next Transaction will open the next eligible transaction in the file review pipeline. Congratulations, you've completed a file review within Glide. To learn more about Glide's TMS, visit help.glide.com.